Back when I started looking at these 350s, the motorcycles, the Meteor was always a fine bike, but when the Classic 350 came out, I just thought it was the most beautiful motorcycle I'd ever seen. And I still think it is. I think it is absolutely the pinnacle of a gorgeous motorcycle. I know a lot of you think the same because just the way they're so popular in the press and YouTube. There's just something about it, isn't there? It's just so, its proportions, it's everything about it. The Classic 350 is absolutely gorgeous, and I might still get one. But this is kind of a Classic 350 really, and it's the same frame and engine. So, although I know a lot of people own them as well as an Interceptor or a Meteor. But anyway, a couple of months ago I saw this on eBay, and I was so taken by it, I had to have it. Because if I were buying a Classic 350, the Halcyon Grey, which is really duck egg blue, as we'd call that colour in the UK, doesn't look very grey. It does, but it doesn't. And there was a tank, a Classic 350 tank, in this most beautiful Halcyon Grey colour. And it's brand new and it's unused. It's never been on a bike. I don't know its backstory to how it ended up in the UK, but it wasn't very expensive. And you know, if I don't use it for anything, I could always keep it in the house and use it as a bit of sort of industrial art. I'm sure that'll go down really well. But isn't this colour just it's so beautiful, and the bike in the Halcyon Grey, it just looks absolutely amazing. And I just love the detailing on it, the raised letters, and this colour is pearlescent as well. And it's all beautifully painted, and the tank guards. And it wasn't and isn't my intention at all for this to be part of this bike. But in the back of my mind, I thought, well, if it's the same frame, it's quite likely a Classic 350 tank will fit on here. So why don't we give that a try? Which is a bit nuts, I know. But even if I don't do anything with it, I just think this is the most beautiful bit of design I think I've ever seen on the most wonderful looking motorcycle I've ever seen. It's lovely. And I'm hoping the new Classic 650 version, so as the Meteor was adapted into the Classic 350 on the same platform, I believe the Super Meteor 650 will have a classic version. And I'm thinking I'm certain it will come out with a chrome tank finish on the 650 Super Meteor platform. I think that may be a fantastic motorcycle. But not always, because good designs don't always scale up into bigger, nice designs. A lot of things often lose their cuteness or their effect when you try and scale them up. So will the Classic 650 be as beautiful as the 350? I hope so, but something tells me that it just won't quite be the same as the fantastic Classic 350. Let's see if we can fit this to this bike anyway. And dum-dum, transformation time. Right, the seat will have to come off. If you've been watching the series, you'll know that the tank isn't really fitted, so this won't take long. So, up, back, get caught on the pipes as usual. It's this brake pipe it always gets caught on. this down. I can see they've both got this tube fitting and tongue at the back. And it's got the cups to fit on over these rubber bungs. And it should miss the engine, because otherwise it's been the same frame as the Meteor. God, it looks different. It's all the way down there. It sits a lot lower. I can tell that for starters. I have to check these bars don't hit it. You mustn't go nuts, okay? No. The seat might fit better, because obviously this was a Classic 350 seat, not a Meteor seat. Let's just pop a bolt in to stop that sliding around. That's weird, really weird. Let's come and have a look with you. Okay, so there is a Classic 350/Meteor Scrambler bobber. I don't know what to think about that. The tank just looks oddly small. I mean, it fitted. That's weird. That is weird. It just looks really tiny. Do the bars hit it? Oh. No. The bars do not hit it. That just looks strange. Because it's on the mounting points and the back mounting is in the right place. The seat's engaged. But it's so low. Just compare that depth there to a standard Meteor tank. That's strange. That's strange. I feel a bit ill, actually. It's so different. I'll pan you back and have a sit on it. Let's have a seat. You gonna hold me? That's weird. It just feels like the tank is gone. Because now it's the top of my thigh is at a level with that Meteor tank is usually up here. But no. And that's level with the sort of the headstock bolt. Perhaps the Classic 350 has this. The mounting lugs are higher, but I bet they're not. Because obviously everything going on here is different on the Classic 350 because they've got that casquette, haven't they? And the bars don't mount in clamps like these, I'm sure. That's weird. I quite like these tank pads. Perhaps we'll get some for that. That's weird. It's like it's been squashed. That's very strange. It makes this look much bigger now, because obviously this is much smaller. If we'd had the original bars on it, it looked like a reindeer or something. I think we'll be putting that tank back on. Perhaps it's just the colour that's spinning me out a bit as well. Isn't that weird? there we are. Meteor Classic 350. That's strange. I'll leave it up for you to look at. In fact, why don't I do a bit of video pokery and change you over to the original tank. Let's have a look at the original tank. There we go. And back to the Classic 350 tank. There's that. And back to the original tank. What do you think of that? If we go back to our naked bike, I've just had a thought. Maybe you can mount this a bit higher at the front. Instead of sliding these flanges over these rubber cups, I'm going to try and rest them on top. So that should go there. So I'm resting on top at the moment. So this is artificially sitting about, I don't know, an inch, 25 mil higher. And that feels about as high as a Meteor tank now. I don't know what it looks like from there. Let's just see if those hit the tank. No. Funny enough, if you remember, I trapped my finger in there when we did the handlebars. It's almost exactly the same distance, which makes me think that is quite close now. And that feels like as high as the Meteor was. I don't know what's going on under here because I haven't seen yet. You can see. Let's put the seat back on. Obviously that rubber bit isn't in the back here, so it makes it a little hard to line up. There we go. Right. What does that look like? Let me come back there. All right, well, it's looking a bit more meteor-y because obviously the tank is higher, but it does look like it's sloping up a bit. But it would fit. That would adapt to fit. I don't feel like doing that. I'm happy with the Meteor tank, so. Oh, it just looks, spun me out now. It just looks all weird again. Tell you what, that's great. That was a fun experiment anyway. Just to have a look what that would look like. Well, there we go. No big developments this week, just sorting out the back a bit and trying this tank out. I've got it sitting on, just raised up a little bit now, but it's still not staying. That's not its purpose, I don't think. But it's fun to see anyway. It's weird to see the bike with a bit of colour on. So thanks very much for watching. Thanks for waiting as well. Please like and subscribe if you can. And hopefully I'll see you again next week. But for this week, I'll close out with a bit of a walk around as usual. And enjoy that and see you soon.